How many times have you opened a conversation with the usual, "Hey, how's it going?" You've said it countless times, you've heard it even more, but pause for a second. Has it ever really built connection? Did it ever spark curiosity, interest, or emotion that lingers? Most of the time it doesn't. The moment fades, drowned in routine. Empty phrases don't open people. They close them. They create small talk, not soul talk. And that's why most conversations feel shallow and easily forgotten. If you want to stand out, to leave someone thinking about you long after the moment passes, you need more than politeness. You need presence. That's where Stoic wisdom, psychology, and modern neuroscience intersect. Because the truth is, connection isn't about speaking more. It's about saying what awakens something real. And in this video, we'll uncover 4 simple words, 4 ancient psychological keys that transform how people feel around you. Words that calm defenses, stir emotion, and make others feel safe in your presence. Stay until the end, because I'll share one phrase that can completely replace, "Hi, how are you?" A phrase so unexpected and real that it can shift the entire tone of a conversation in seconds. But before we begin, take a moment to subscribe to Deep Psyche and step into a community of souls who seek truth beneath the surface, a place where psychology meets soul, and every story brings you closer to your true self. Now, let's begin. Word 1, understand. At the heart of the phrase, "I understand you," lies something sacred. To understand isn't just to listen, it's to see, to offer someone the rarest human experience, to feel seen, heard, and safe. Modern psychology shows that the need to feel understood is as vital as our need for love or safety. When we hear, "I understand you," our brain relaxes. The amygdala, our emotional alarm, quiets. The prefrontal cortex, the part that processes empathy, lights up. In simple terms, those words guide the nervous system from chaos to calm. That's why people who make us feel understood seem magnetic. They bring stillness to emotional storms, and stillness becomes something we crave. The Stoics called understanding the highest discipline of the mind. Epictetus once said, "First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak." To understand before reacting is to rise above ego. It transforms tension into connection. In daily life, it looks like this. You pause. You look into someone's eyes and say softly, "I understand you." And then you let silence do the rest, because silence gives your words gravity. It says, "Here you're safe. You don't have to fight to be heard." And when people feel safe with you, they don't forget you. Word 2, sense. The second word, sense. Hidden inside the phrase, "That makes sense to me." Unlike empty agreement, sense shows that you've truly absorbed what someone said, that you see their reasoning even if you don't share it. Psychologists call this emotional mirroring, the subtle art of reflecting someone's inner world back to them. It's the foundation of shared reality, a state where both people feel seen in the same truth. When you say, "That makes sense to me," you create harmony, and harmony is the soul's favorite frequency. On a biological level, it releases reward chemicals in the brain, the same ones tied to warmth, trust, and bonding. It's the mind's way of saying, "I'm safe with you." Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Be tolerant with others, strict with yourself." And this phrase embodies that truth perfectly. It's not submission, it's mastery. It's the choice to value connection over competition. But here's the secret. Don't say it vaguely. Add depth. "That makes sense to me, because I can see why that choice mattered to you." Precision turns ordinary words into mirrors, and when people see their truth reflected back, they relax, they open up, they trust. Because sense doesn't just create agreement, it creates belonging. Word 3, right. The third word, right. As in, you're right. Simple, but profoundly human. Because deep inside everyone lives a quiet longing to be told, "You're seen, you're valid, you matter." When you say you're right, you satisfy that unspoken wish. Psychologists call this confirmation bias, the tendency to feel warmth and trust toward those who affirm our inner world. But don't mistake it for manipulation. It's alignment. It's lowering the walls so truth can pass through.
Imagine a tense conversation, two egos locked in a battle of words. Then one person stops, breathes, and says softly, "You're right about that." The energy shifts instantly. Ego melts, defenses fall, and a new level of understanding is born. Seneca once wrote, "It is the mark of a great mind to welcome truth, no matter its source." Acknowledging someone else's truth doesn't make you small. It makes you wise. The insecure chase victory. The wise chase understanding. And paradoxically, people are most drawn to those who don't need to win. Because right when used with sincerity, doesn't flatter. It frees. It liberates both sides from pride and creates space for closeness. When someone feels understood, accepted, and not judged, they draw nearer. That's the hidden alchemy of "you're right." It's not about surrender. It's about strength without force. Word 4. Listen. The final word, and perhaps the most powerful, is listen, as in I'm listening. It seems simple, but in practice, it's rare, almost extinct. We live in an age of noise. Everyone talks. Few truly hear. Research shows we remember only a fraction of what others say, not because we don't care, but because we're too busy preparing our next reply. But the moment you genuinely listen, everything changes. When you say, "I'm listening," and actually mean it, you give someone the one thing they don't get enough of: presence. You tell them, "Right now, you matter." Neurologically, the brain lights up as if receiving a gift, because being heard is emotional nourishment. The Stoics knew this long before science did. Zeno said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Listening isn't submission. It's strength. It's mastery over the urge to control. It's the art of silence that heals. In the realm of attraction, listening is magnetic. Looks might draw attention, but it's emotional safety that makes someone stay. When you listen without judgment, you create a sanctuary inside your presence. People exhale. They unfold. They show you who they truly are. And authenticity is irresistible. That's why listen isn't just a word. It's a way of being. To listen deeply is to say, without words, you are safe here. And that's a language everyone understands. If this message resonates, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Because connection begins with awareness, and awareness begins with attention. And before we close, as promised, here's the simple phrase that can replace the worn-out, "Hi, how are you?" Try saying this instead. Tell me something good. It's unexpected. It's real. And it opens a doorway for truth to walk in. People pause. They smile. They think. And what follows isn't small talk. It's real talk. So remember, understand, sense, write, listen. 4 words that carry timeless power. 4 words that shift conversations from surface to soul. Because connection isn't built on talking more. It's built on saying what truly matters. If this video helped you see communication in a deeper way, share your reflections in the comments. Which of these words will you practice first? And if you haven't already, subscribe to Deep Psyche and join our growing community of thinkers, feelers, and seekers. Souls devoted to exploring the depths of the mind and the mysteries that shape who we truly are. Because in the end, attraction isn't about performance, it's about presence. And presence begins with the right words spoken at the right moment.